give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru, is give you live free picks from all the primetime games. And to do that, we get help from the captains here from Pick Dogs. Let's take a look at our lineup for today. Chris Ruffalo will serve as a co-host. We got Trey Jordan join us as we have Rod Zawacki. Kevin Thomas in the center square today. Joanne Burts with us. Ninos and Brian Bitler will join us as well. And let's take a look here at how they'll line up for today. All right, we got Bitler, Thomas, Burts, Ruffalo, Jordan, Zawacki, Ninos, and I'll close out the show. All right, Chris, listen, ready for another week?
There's a lot of stuff going on in the green room, but I think we're all ready to go and get this one started. So
let's get this one started. Let's bring in Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, as well as the morning show as he gets things off. Gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch and company. Brian, how you doing?
Absolutely wonderful. Off at 8-2, Saturday, Sunday combined. Super Bowl winner on the Buccaneers. I'm ready to carry the momentum into Monday night. I got a great card of action and an awesome free pick winner for you guys.
Awesome free pick winner, exactly. Everyone jumping on this one early because this line came out. It's come down a little bit. You're going to be looking at the late night game between the Thunder and the Lakers. 10 p.m. Eastern time start. LA down to a 10.5 point favorite, 218.5. Some injury notes here with Anthony Davis out here in this one.
Yeah, I got lucky enough to get in on this one at plus 12 this morning. But guys, anything from 7.5, 7 on up, I really like the Thunder tonight. I know it seems like I'm always fading the Lakers, and it's not that I don't think they're a good team, but they've been known at times to, just coast on through games. And I had a feeling either Anthony Davis or LeBron was going to miss this game tonight. But just remember, the Thunder 9-3 against the spread the last 12 games as a dog, 25-9 against the spread last 34 as posted as a road dog, 4-1 against the spread the last 5 in Los Angeles. And this team's 40-19 against the spread on 1 day of rest. Thunder buddies for me tonight. I think there's an outside chance that they could win it outright, but just take the points for safety. Should be a 5 to 6 point game.
All right, we got Brian Bitler here on the OKC Thunder taking the points, 10.5 against the LA Lakers. All right, Chris, I looked at the Lakers the last couple times without Davis in the lineup. The defense slipped a little bit and didn't cover both games.
Yeah, no, they didn't. And, this number, this 10.5, falls right in the middle of that danger zone that we kind of established with the Lakers last season. Kind of the 10 to 14 points was the sort of the zone where the Lakers just would not get a cover. They'd either be up big and let it slip, or they'd never get close to a sniff of a cover. I like the Thunder here just based on that recency alone, and I think the Thunder can have a good chance to win this outright as well. But again, I'm on the 10.5.
10.5 in this one. Of course, we got to also mention the other side here, Brian, here with the injuries on the OKC side. Although they got their top scorers in there, you got a lot of depth here missing here from the Thunder.
I think they're missing about 4 guys. Is it 4 guys on the injury list for today for the Thunder? Yeah. But I think that team plays as a good cohesive unit, and I think they'll have enough depth to get them by in this Lakers game. Like I said, it's going to be a fight. They're going to have to put out 100%. But the Lakers have been known to take quarters off, and I think the Lakers will be going into the fourth quarter losing, and they're going to have to turn it on late, get that W. So I think all these points we're getting with the Thunder, extreme value here.
All right, Brian Bitler here on taking the points here. OKC Thunder plus the 10.5 against the LA Lakers. All right, Brian, good night of hoops tonight. Good card from the NBA. 8 games on the slate, lots from college. Look at the past 7 days that you talked about, nearly 300 units of profit. What you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I tell you what, it's time for my Monday night money shot. Give your wallet a money shot. I got 1 college basketball premium pick, 1 NBA, 1 NHL, all together for $40 at pickdogs.com premium picks. Or now's the time to get on a long-term plan. I am starting to really heat up 8-2 the last 10. So jump on that 7-day pass now for $150, I believe it is. You're going to make big bucks this week.
Yeah, make big bucks with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers. He's really good a weekend. Good time to pick up one of those long-term passes. He's got his big college hoops play going on tonight. Take those winnings. Make that upgrade to that long-term pass. You see what Brian has available, a 3, a 7, and a 30-day all-sports pass. That means you'll get every play that Brian releases over at Pick Dogs Premium for the time period you select there, and that's the best value over at Pick Dogs. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll listen to you tomorrow and watch you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but you're back here on the drive-thru on Friday.
I'm going to be in the morning at 10 a.m. Before that, I'm going to have breakfast with one of my favorite handicappers, Kevin Thomas. He's taking me out because he lost the bet with me last night. But I tell you what, I'll see you guys at the end of the week. have a good one. I'll be back with another winner on Friday.
Another winner on Friday here from Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, Brian, have yourself a great night. All right, let's continue on. Speaking of Kevin Thomas, I think, that's who we go to next. And NBA is also on the menu here with Kevin Thomas. And let's go ahead and welcome him into the show. Kevin, how you doing today?
Good. How you guys doing?
Well, we're doing all right. You're picking up the tab tomorrow. We're looking at the Grand Slam at Denny's or something. I know it shouldn't be too much, right?
Yeah. Me and my totals. I had the Bucks, but I like the over too. I said, hey, we'll bet on that because he loved the under, and yeah, I got screwed.
All right. Let's take a look here. This one at 8:30 Eastern time between the Spurs and the Warriors, and it's the Spurs here in this one. They're favored here by 1.5. Totals it's 232.5.
Yeah, this line opened at almost -1 going with the Warriors. So when I saw the line movement, I really started looking into this game a lot. If you go back to January 20th, Spurs got hammered 99-121 against the Warriors in Oakland. And in that game, they gave up a 50% field goal. That's unlike them. And they shot 30%. They shot they had four three-pointers the whole game. And then the Warriors had 15. Curry went off with a double-double. I mean, you would think that with assists, but I mean, he had like 11 rebounds in that game. He was just off the charts, and he is playing off the charts. So this line movement kind of has me a small lean on this game here. Then you look at the young rookie, he's Al Wiseman, and in that game he put up 20 points, 6 rebounds. So that's going to be a big loss tonight in San Antonio. Also, even though the Spurs are going to be without Aldridge and Lonnie Walker, and I like the kid, he's a local kid, always respectful to my kids, so I always root for him. Those two combined had 7 points in that game, so I expect the bench guys like the guy and stuff, Gay, to step up big here, and I like the Spurs at home to win this one outright.
All right, Spurs at home laying the 1.5 here against the Golden State Warriors in this one. All right, let's go ahead and look at this one here with Chris Ruffalo. We saw this Warriors team play a little better. Always concerned here about the Spurs and their defense. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, first I gotta say I sent Kevin Thomas a little package of X-Lax. So when Brian gets his chocolate chip pancakes tomorrow, just slide a couple in there. He'll never know the difference. For this one, I got to be on the Spurs as well. I just we love the Spurs in the underdog role. And, this is close enough to that underdog role that I think it gives us some value here. I think the Spurs are going to take advantage of the Warriors without Wiseman. I just think there's more depth within the Spurs than what Golden State has going on right now, and Curry can only do so much on his own. So I'm on the Spurs laying the bucket as well.
All right, looking at the Spurs there, laying the 1.5 against the Golden State Warriors. All right, Kevin, let's take a look here at what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium. Lots of hoops and hockey right now on the board.
Yeah, I had my 3-pack already going off today, so the best deal I got going on right now is the rest of the college basketball season. I was 5-1 on Saturday. Sunday, I only really cared about the Bucks, so I think I finished 2-3. So for the weekend, 6-4 or 9-4. So I'll take that. So the rest of college basketball hoops from now till the championship net gets cut down, we're looking at $199.99. That's almost $150 off the price. So lock that in now and finish the rest of the hoop season with a winner.
Yeah, lock in that package there with Kevin Thomas over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the value there. Of course, that long-term pass is the way to go. Or if you want to pick up a one-day pass from Kevin, you can do that and then use those winnings and get that long-term pass from Kevin Thomas over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Kevin, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great week, and we'll talk with you next week.
See you guys Monday. Thanks.
All right, everybody, Kevin Thomas here on the drive-thru. We'll continue here. And just a bit reminder, you guys, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free picks every single day. As you know, it gets started in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time every day with Mitch and Company on the morning show. It's Mitch, it's Chris, it's Ron, and also Brian Bitler on the show. Ron Romanelli joins them on the weekend. So it's a drive-thru. And, of course, then it's us at the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And, of course, that UFC show, MMA show, Wednesdays at 7 Eastern time, and throughout the week. If you set those notifications, you'll see there were a lot of shows over the weekend around UFC, Chris. And, of course, we want you guys to give us that thumbs up, that like. Help us build our audience with that thumbs up, Chris, because it really helps us out.
Absolutely, it's not something that we just say for the good of our health. We really appreciate the support. It helps us build up the product. It helps us build up Pick Dogs. It allows us to give you guys some new content, some fresh faces. I know in the coming weeks we're going to have some new handicappers on here as well. A lot of that has to do with them wanting to then seeing how big the Pick Dogs brand is getting, and everyone wants to get in on it. So I think if everybody helps us out, we'll only be able to get bigger and better, and we'll be able to give you more stuff. But no matter what, we still love the Pick Dogs family. We appreciate all the support.
Well, yeah, appreciate all the support, guys. So keep those thumbs up coming in. We appreciate you helping us out. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, and let's welcome Jovan Burts. Going to be looking at one of the big TV games tonight from College Hoops. Jovan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yesterday Super Bowl Sunday went off without a hitch. I'm ready to carry it over to today.
Absolutely. What's the feel like in Boston? I think you told us in Boston you're either a Brady guy or a Belichick guy. Is that how it goes down?
Well, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of New England Buccaneers here right now. Belichick is catching the short end of the stick. A lot of fans are on sports media beating him over the head. He's getting it. He's getting wrecked over the coals, as he should.
All right, as he should. All right, of course, Tom Brady and Lehman, of course, the Super Bowl here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But let's take a look at College Hoops. Now time to look forward here. We're going to give you a game tonight, a TV game, 9 Eastern time. This one on Fox Sports 1. Ohio State at Maryland. Ohio State going to be laying 3 points now, total about sitting at 138.
Yeah, so I'm on the under in this game. And I know people could be apprehensive about taking unders in college basketball, in the NBA, really all sports. But I think this game is going to be one of those knockdown, drag out, old school Big Ten games that you'll see the first team that gets to 65 points wins. For Maryland, the under is 4-0 in the last 4 games, and it's also 4-1 in the last 5 games after a straight up loss. For OSU, they tend to play to their competition, and the team that they're playing, Maryland, well, they're not a good offensive team. Given the last 4 games, just a brick fest on Friday when they play when they had their last loss, and both defenses hold teams to a tick over 41% from the field. So the one thing you got to really look out for is the referees and how they're going to call the game. But other than that, I think this is going to be a close game, and like I said, it should hover around 65 points. The team that's going to win is going to hit 65.
All right, Jovan here on the under 138 in this one, Ohio State and Maryland. All right, Chris, we know Maryland can't shoot, and Jovan made a good point about those refs because Ohio State will be trying to drive that hole against Maryland. How do you see this one?
Well, especially when Ohio State's the better free throw shooting team, shooting around 76% this year. But no, I've got to agree here. I looked at this game, and when I did my numbers, I came up with 67-63. So I think that's sort of right on the money with where Jovan's at and where I think we're at with this under. Maryland does have the athletes to give Ohio State a run, guys like Aaron Wiggins and Eric Ayala, but I still think Ohio State just a better overall team. But don't get it twisted. Maryland's going to give them a fight here, but I don't see it getting over the 138.
All right, going to be there with under 138 here, Ohio State, Maryland. This one, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Fox Sports 1. All right, Jovan, a good night of hoops and some hockey out there. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so it's Monday, so I got my Make Money Monday going on the NBA side and on the college basketball side, a 3-pack in each. And then I got a late night 3-pack, just in case guys have lost, need to get some get back. Go check that out.
All right, check out Jovan Burts' plays right now over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got a 3-pack going. He's got that late night 3-pack from Hoops. Get on board, and of course, you get those winnings on those one-day passes. The best thing to do is make that upgrade to the long-term passes. That's where the value is over at Pig Dogs Premium. Is get that 3-day, 7, or even a 3rd-day all sports pass. That means you'll get every play that Jovan releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. His basketball, his NBA, college hoops. Good time to get on board right now as we're right into the hoop season as we approach March Madness. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
Have a great night. See you on Friday.
All right, see you on Friday. Joanne Burts here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage here. And All right, big guys, time for you. You're going to go look at some Big Ten action here between Nebraska and Minnesota. This one tips off 8 Eastern time on Big Ten Network. And let's go ahead and put up the numbers here as we've got Chris Ruffalo, the co-host here. Of course, Chris is always also on the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Boy, you get a lot of coverage out here. And you do the hockey videos.
Bright and early, and it's not. I don't think it's enough that anybody can see this face. I've always been told I have a modeling face for gloves, so it's one of those things. I just enjoy doing all the media and stuff. But like I said, hopefully at some point nobody really gets sick of me all that much.
All right, Chris, we got a game for you. 8 Eastern time, Big Ten Network. It's Minnesota hosting Nebraska. Golden Gophers laying 10.5. Total sits here at 148.5.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that I had to look at because I was like, you know what, do I really want to lay double digits with a Minnesota team that's lost 5 of their last 6 games? But I mean, realistically, we all know the knock on Minnesota. When they're away from home, they are terrible. When they play at home, they are dominant, and I think that's what we have here. You look at four of those 5 losses in their last 6 games have been on the road to teams like Rutgers, Purdue, Iowa, Michigan. All pretty decent teams, especially Michigan and Iowa. And, they lost at home to Maryland, but they did beat Michigan on home soil. And then you look at the home road splits. I mean, on top of the fact that Nebraska's lost six straight games, the 3 road games in that stretch, all losses by double digits. On the road this season, Nebraska scoring just 59.3 points per game, giving up 80.3 points per game, a 21-point difference. Minnesota at home averaging 81.6, giving up 68.9, right around that 12.5 range where the line started. Now it's down to about 10.5, but I'll tell you what, that's not going to scare me. You look at Minnesota, they lost to Maryland at home, but Nebraska giving up the highest 2-point percentage against in the Big Ten this season, allowing teams to shoot 56.4% inside the arc. And against the Minnesota team with a 7-footer inside like Liam Robbins, that's not going to fly, especially when Nebraska doesn't have anybody to match up with him. Minnesota can have their issues on the boards, but again, Nebraska does not have anyone to battle inside with Robbins. I think this is just a bad matchup for the Gophers. I think this is where Minnesota is really going to sort of put their foot down and turn the ship in the right direction. And they're going to get an easy win here by at least 15 points. So I'm on Minnesota laying the points in a comfortable win against Nebraska.
All right, Minnesota laying the points here against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 8 Eastern time, Big Ten Network. All right, Chris, let's take a look at what you have going on over at Pig Dog Screaming. Good night of hoops and hockey up there.
Absolutely, it is. And we've had a bit of a drop off in the college hoops, but you know what? All the bad days just make you appreciate the good days. We got our Monday Madness 5-pack went off the board today, but for people on the drive-through, I was able to put together a drive-through number 3 combo. My 3 favorite plays for the college hoops for tonight. I also have my Major Monday NHL 3-pack. Guys, this is where you're going to want to start making your money because we're going to put cash in your pocket for the rest of the week. Or hop on one of those longer-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, and all the plays. You don't have to worry about specifying between college hoops, hockey, NBA, whatever. It's all there for you. Or guys, I just lowered my college hoop season pass as well. $2.99 is going to get you now from the rest up until the national championship game. And guys, we are going to heat up, and the tournaments where we're going to start taking names and making your bookie regret they ever took your action. So hop on one of those. You won't be sorry.
All right, hop on one of those packages right now from Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. That long-term pass is the way to go. Of course, you want to get those one-day passes. I suggest if you do, make that upgrade with those winnings to a long-term pass because that's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show. We're gonna go to the ice here, and we're going to welcome our buddy here in just a second. We got Trey Jordan. We put him on a little early on the screen, but let's go ahead and get him on right now. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's been on a few times. I think this will be about his 3rd appearance, and let's bring him on right now. Trey, how you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
We're doing great. We're doing great. All right, you're going to the ice here. Let's take a look. At 8 Eastern time, Nashville Predators hosting Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning, a big favorite here on the road, laying $1.50, total 5.5.
Yes, sir. We're going to take this one to Smashville. I'll be at this game tonight. Actually, after the show, I'll be headed to Nashville. But I'm going with the hometown team. I'm going with the Preds. I see the edge in this game. Curtis McElhaney, he's getting his first start of the year. back up to Vasilevsky, so he doesn't get much playing time. His last game was March 8th, 2020. So he hasn't touched the ice in almost 11 months. So yeah, and in that game he lost 5-4 at Detroit. So Red Wings, no good. Losing to them, no good. And the game before that, on February 27th, 5-2 loss at home to Chicago. He started 0-3 last year. So not a good, fast coming out of the gate guy. That third loss was to the Predators in overtime. And I think he got his first win last year. It was he let in 6 goals. They won 6-7 against New Jersey. So, yeah, taking the Preds tonight. I'm not sure who the Preds got going in the net. Hoping it's Pecorine, but it might be Jussi Saros. But also, in the last 19 meetings, Lightning are 6-13, 4-12 the last 16 in Nashville, and also 2-7 the last 9 in Nashville. So I'm going to take the plus money play with the Preds here, and also small play on the regulation, plus 210, and even smaller play on the reverse puck line, plus 350.
All right, Trey going to be in tennis there to root this one in here with Nashville Predators plus 130 against Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got some other action there for you. All right, Chris, I know as we talked about earlier, you cover the NHL with Rod Zawacki every night. We see those videos popping up. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I partially wanted to call Trey and be like, man, it's a homer pick, but the problem is I think it's the right pick. You look at Nashville, and I think that Rod and I talked about it in the video. They love playing at home, 4-1 at home against their opponents this season. And Tampa Bay, well, they're 7-1-2, but they're also just 1-2 on the road. So it means all their success is coming at home. And with the backup going in tonight, who doesn't see a ton of action, like Trey said, I think Nashville's gonna steal this one on home ice. So I like the Nashville Predators at plus money as well.
All right, agreement there with Nashville Predators plus the 130 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, Trey, let's take a look here. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? We see you in the plus side in NHL. What's happening up there at the site tonight with a lot of hoops and hockey action?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack. Go ahead and let you know the Preds is part of that 5-pack. So I lowered it down to $30 for 5 picks. Not bad. And there's 2 NBA, 2 college basketball. The college basketball tips off here in 30 minutes. So go ahead and get on that.
Yeah, get on board with Trey right now. Trey Jordan over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there in the positive and the plus side on NHL, but he's got some hoops action going tonight. Yeah, so get on board with him. And, of course, when you win, make that upgrade to the long-term pass. You'll get to the plays from Trey Jordan here at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Trey, as always, great having you show. Good luck with that play tonight. Have a good time at the game, and we'll talk with you next week.
Sir, appreciate it. Y'all too.
All right, everybody, Trey Jordan here on the drive through. All right, let's continue our coverage here. Reminder, guys, as we've been talking about throughout the show, give us that thumbs up, that like. That really helps us out, really helps grow our audience, and we appreciate everyone there in the chat room spreading that word for us. So we appreciate that. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Now it's time to bring in Rod Zawacki. Rod is on in the mornings as well with Mitch and Company at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. He also covers the NHL with NHL videos along with Chris Ruffalo. So let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacki right now. He's going to be looking at a big TV game from college basketball, one of the big ones of the night, featuring the #1 team in the nation. So let's go ahead and welcome Rod to the show. Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony. Doing good.
Awesome. All right, you gave us a nice one here. TV game, ESPN, 11 Eastern Time. We got Gonzaga going on the road here to face BYU. The Zags laying 10.5 in this one. Total 156, 11 p.m. Eastern Time start.
Yeah, big game tonight. The Zags and BYU, 2 top offensive teams that love to run and gun and put the ball. Lots of scoring in this one. Not so much some great defense, that's for sure. For me, the over is not a bad look. But for me in this one, I like the Zags. Lay the 10 points, and I think they easily cover that. I think they win this one by 15. Reasons why for me, the Zags, they're 1 in the country in offensive scoring, averaging 93.3 points a game. Their defense they definitely hold their own with their defense, only giving up 69.7 points a game. BYU's offense is pretty good, ranked 40th in the country, giving up, and they're scoring at about 79 points a game. And for me, these two teams already played once this year, and the Zags got to by 17. The bookmakers made the line 17 then with the Zags at home, and now that they make it a 7-point line difference just for BYU being at home. That game last year that everybody is seeing that BYU upset Gonzaga last year. The Zags only shot 41% from the field. They only shot 5 of 25 from the 3-point line. I expect the Zags to come out a little bit hot, and they remember that game last year in BYU. They've also had this nice extended break to plan for this game, especially. So for me, Zags are coming in here ready, hot. Already beat this BYU team by 17. I'll lay the points. Take Gonzaga, get the win and cover tonight.
Yeah, Rod made some good points there. BYU and Gonzaga, both teams coming in with 3 days rest, so it's not one of those games where it's a quick turnaround. Gonzaga has some time to prepare here. And one thing with BYU, they played a real weak schedule, so I'm with Rod on this pick. They played a weak schedule. Their other step-up games, they lose to Gonzaga, and they were pounded by USC. So your thoughts on this one, Chris?
Oh, man, make me feel bad for being on the other side of this one. I am on the other side of BYU. Rod and I were talking about this before the show. We were going back and forth, kind of ribbing each other on it. But I just think that, you know what, the revenge angle was played out in the first meeting. Gonzaga got their revenge from the loss in the conference tournament last year. And, you know, I hate to say it, but up to this point, Gonzaga they played almost the same teams. And, I mean, it's apples to apples, I think, in that respect. Yes, you know, BYU lost to USC handily, and Gonzaga won the first meeting. But this is still a BYU team that's putting up 86 points per game in their last 5. And the knock on Gonzaga this year has been the fact that, yes, they're scoring points in bunches. They're always a threat to hit 100. But, you know, they're being lax on the defensive end. And I think a BYU is just a team that you can't do that against, just with how well they shoot the three. So I think you're giving me 10.5 points with a team that can shoot the three really well in BYU. I'm taking them right or wrong. If it gets me, so be it.
All right, a body check from Chris there, Rod. So what's your cross check on this one?
Oh God, don't give me a cross check.
So for me, little cross check. Ooh. So for me, big number that jumps out at me. BYU's at home as a home dog. Their last 19. They've only won 4 of those. They're 4 to the home dog. This is a spot that BYU does not love to be in. They love to be a road dog, but a home dog, not so much. 4, 13-2. Take this night.
All right, he puts in the cross check there and get him in the. Avoids the penalty box, by the way, because I like his pick. All right, Rod on the Gonzaga lane, 10.5, gets away with one here. All right, Rod, why don't you let everybody know what you got going on at Pig Dogs Premium? Good NBA card tonight, and you're doing very well in the NBA.
Great NBA cards in this Rod's Kickstart the Week. We're going to kickstart the week with these 7 winners and 1 NHL. Don't miss out on these best bets on Monday's Acting Big, or jump on something long term. We're going to heat up this week and have a huge week.
All right, huge week coming up from Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here from the NBA, 375 units. That is documented. When you go to Pig Dogs Premium, you see Rod's plays. They're fully transparent. They're documented there for you to see. Get on board with his pack tonight. Then get those winnings. Get that long-term pass. That's where the value is over at Pig Dogs Premium. You'll get every play that Rod releases on the site for the period of time that you choose. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow, but you'll listen and watch it to you in the morning with Mitch at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
You bet. Have yourself a good evening.
All right, Rod Zawacki here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on here. As Chris, this doesn't look like you were scarred too much on that one.
No, you only see the front of me. I've got a giant bruise across my back of just this giant cross-check, just probably from my shoulder down to about my side, just on the back. I can't see it out somewhere in dark colors.
Nothing to massage. Get on the massage table. You'll be as good as new. All right, we'll continue here on the...
Easy.
Well, easy. All right.
The family show.
It is a family show. I was family until you turned it that way. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Welcome, El Ninos. El, how you doing? From we know people get in trouble for massages in Miami or in Florida, my friend. How are things going up there?
Yeah, trying to stay safe at the massage parlors over here. I'm sure they've been busy this weekend. But yeah, on to the picks.
On to the picks. Thank you. Thank you, Al. You're gaining great experience on the show. You got us to a great trend to segue into our next segment here with the Raptors and Grizzlies. You're looking at this game, 8 Eastern time. We've got the Raptors, the road favorite in this one, total 223.5.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good matchup. Obviously, the Raptors, they were off to that horrible start early on in the season, but they've been playing much better basketball lately. The Grizzlies, other way around, they're now on a 3-game losing streak. They're dealing with lots of injuries, but they did get Valanciunas back, and John Morant's still healthy, so he's always going to give him a shot. So I think the Raptors have just been overachieving a little bit. I still don't think they're as good as they've been playing lately. Not to take too much away from them. They're not as bad as they had started either, but I just don't think they should be favored on the road in this spot here. I think the Grizzlies just too much value here on the money line, especially see it plus 2.5, plus 3. So you got to shop around for that best money line too, all the way from I think there's even plus 115s all the way to plus 135s. So yeah, make sure you go try to find that plus 135 and grab it, because I think the Grizzlies are winning this one outright tonight.
All right, El Ninos here on the Memphis Grizzlies plus 125 against the Toronto Raptors. All right, Chris. One thing I was concerned about Memphis, they looked like they might have been wearing out a little bit here. They losing some of that depth that kind of hits you after a number of games. So your thoughts on this Memphis and Toronto matchup?
Yeah, I think the depth has taken a bit of a hit, and call it a homer pick, but I'm going to be on the other side of this one only because I think that it's weird. Toronto playing in Tampa has been a detriment for them not having a home court. But I think it's also strengthened how they can play on the road. They're not used to having a home-road split, a home-road difference in environment. Technically, every game is a road game for them. So I think that's going to play to their advantage a little bit. I think it's just going to make sure there's no real adversity for this Toronto lineup in terms of not being uncomfortable playing anywhere. So I like the Raptors here. I'd probably lay the points with the Raptors.
All right, liking the Raptors. All right, Ninos, 1 against 2. You're the one. Tell us why. Give us a strong final word on this one.
No, as I said, the Raptors have been playing good basketball. Chris made a great point there. I actually do think that there's going to be a lot of value on the Raptors on the road next season. However, this season I still think is going to be very rough on them. And as I said, I think there's a lot of value with the Grizzlies on the money line here.
All right, value with Memphis Grizzlies, a plus 125 against the Toronto Raptors. All right, Al. A good night here of hoops. And, of course, hey, we got the soccer numbers up there again. You're doing over 1,000 units documented over at Pig Dogs Premium. We don't talk about soccer. We're just going to mention it. You can bet it and watch the hoops. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Don't think that those are my stats. Those are very good stats, but I don't think I've made a soccer pick this year. Although the Champions League is around the corner. I would love to take credit for that, but I'm sorry, I can't do that. but yeah. Yeah, so maybe I'll have some Champions League picks up there. Definitely looking forward to that coming back.
I make that the 2021 season, my friend, not 2021.
I put some decent numbers up last year in soccer, so yeah, looking forward to the Champions League.
It's carrying over from last year because on the board it says 2021. So I guess a lot of this came from 2020. So that's what I'm seeing up there at Pig Dogs Premium. I'm pulling up the records right now.
I gotta double check that.
So double check that up there, Alan. Guys, check out Al Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get that one-day pass. He's got some hoops coverage, and of course, the best value at Pig Dogs is going for that long-term pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here on the coverage. And whose turn is it? Well, it's my turn. All right, let's take a look here at the game for tonight. The game I will be selecting will come from, will be on ESPN late night, 9 Eastern time. Kansas hosting Oklahoma State. We got the Kansas Jayhawks laying 6.5. Total sits here at 139.5. And the way I'm going here is with the underdog. I'm going to go ahead and take Oklahoma State here and plus the 6.5. There's really no rest advantage for either team here because they both had a Saturday game. The Jayhawks just failed to cover 7 of 9. Cowboys covered 8 of their 11, and they're just a better shooting form. When you look at their numbers over their past 5 games, they're hitting 47%, and they're defending better at 40%. In that span, well, Kansas just not shooting as well, just under 43%. One thing I've noticed here with Oklahoma State, they do a good job of making and defending threes, and that's a weak spot here for Kansas against the Big Ten. I'm going to take the points here. Right now, it's sitting at 6.5. Chris, your thoughts on this Big 12 matchup?
I'm with you on the 6.5, Tony. I just think Allen Fieldhouse, not as intimidating without fans in the stands. Oklahoma State already took down Kansas already this season, 75-70. I think that at best this is a 2-point win for Kansas if Oklahoma State doesn't win it outright. I just think that Kansas lost 5 of their last 7. This is not a normal Kansas team that we're used to seeing under Bill Self. This is just a down year like it has been for a lot of the top programs this season, and I think Kansas is just another victim on that list. So I'm with you with Oklahoma State getting the 6.5.
All right, agree with there. Oklahoma State plus 6. I almost say City. It's Oklahoma State plus 6.5 against Kansas. All right, guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I've got a 3-pack going on right now from Hoops. Of course, also my long-term passes. Get a 3, 7, or 30 pass. You'll find me over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show. And this is a time where we go ahead and recap the show picks. So let's go ahead and bring him up right now. Al Ninos will join us. We got it started here with Brian Bitler. He was on the Thunder, the plus 10.5 against the Lakers. Kevin Thomas, the Spurs, minus 1.5 against the Warriors. Jovan, Ohio State, Maryland, under 138. We got Chris, Minnesota Golden Gophers, laying the 10.5 against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Trey was on Nashville Predators, plus the 130 against the Lightning. Rod Zawacki, Gonzaga, minus 10.5 against BYU. Al Ninos, Grizzlies, money line, plus 125 against the Raptors. Yours truly, Oklahoma State, plus 6.5 against Kansas. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, I think I got to keep it on the panel again. I love the Oklahoma State Cowboys getting 6.5 against Kansas. It's going to be a little bit put on the money line as well.
All right, that's from Chris Ruffalo. All right, let's go over to Al. Other than your pick, Al, which one do you like the best?
It's a solid pick. I'll go with your co-host, though. I'll go with Minnesota and lay those points.
Minnesota laying the points, and I'm gonna go with on Rod's take here with Gonzaga laying the 10.5 against BYU. I'm with Rod there here on looking at a blowout here, and I think Gonzaga is up for it here especially with those 3 days of rest. I think that really impacts their performances. Sometimes you look at those tournament games you're playing every other day, sometimes back-to-backs. But in this spot, I will look at Gonzaga's side for sure. All right, guys, this was another edition of the Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time when we do it all over again. And it all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Chris, you got Rod Zawacki, Brian Bitler will get you started on a Tuesday. So check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, when you get all the live shows, very important that you set those notifications because you'll get notified when the shows go live. And there's a lot of live shows on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place on the YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from tonight's show. Let's give everyone a wave goodbye. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow